If your favorite NFL team is a factory of sadness, run by the Three Stooges, or you just don't care about football, then you may not be looking forward to the Super Bowl. Well, you can make watching the big game more exciting by playing SuperBowl Squares. There are two versions of the game included in my spreadsheet. If you're old-fashioned, you can use the printable version and simply print it off and write everything down on a piece of paper. Here's a little example of it, of how to play. But what I'm going to focus on is the Excel version. Here's what the board looks like. Now, I don't know, at the time of this video, I don't know what the teams are, so this is using last year's teams. So the first thing you're going to do is go over to the players sheet, and under player name, you're going to start listing all of the players. And since there are 100 squares, there can be up to 100 players. And I get bonus points for the Star Wars references here. So once you enter all the players' names, you will go back to the square sheet, and now you can see under the drop-down list all the names are there. So all the players can start picking what squares they want. And remember, when you're picking the squares, the players should not know what the numbers associated with each row or column are. So I'm just going to copy some of these names around just so they're not all blank. And you can choose to either fill in all 100 squares, or if you want to leave some blank, that's fine. You'll notice on the right here that the number of squares remaining keeps going down as I pick more. Now if you're into gambling, you can make each square cost a certain amount. Say you wanted each one to cost $1. So if you choose 5 squares and you're betting $5, or you can change it, you can make it $2, $5, whatever. And then it tells you at the bottom the total pot size. So if there's 100 players and it's $1 a square, then it will be a $100 pot. And the next thing you need to do is pick how much each quarter in the game is going to be worth. So here I've done 5% for the first quarter, 15% for the second, 20% for the third, and you can see the percentage is added up at the bottom. So I know that for the fourth quarter I need to have 60% in order for it to equal 100%. So once all the squares are picked, the cost per square is chosen, and the percentage of the pot for the winnings of each quarter is chosen, then it's time to hit the randomize button to get the number for the rows and the columns. Prep, that's it. During the Super Bowl, you're going to watch the game, and at the end of each quarter, you're going to input the scores into the spreadsheet. So let's say at the end of the first quarter, the score was 49ers 7, Ravens 0. Then the spreadsheet is going to find the winner. It's going to go in the 49ers column and then in the Ravens row, and at the intersection of 7 and 0, you'll see Luke is the winner. And it's going to do that for each quarter. When there's double digits, it chooses the last digits. So for 14, it's going to go 4 and 4. Now we're going to go to the next sheet and look at some cool stats. Here, where we've listed all the player names, you can see the number of squares that each player bought, what the percentage of the total squares is. So if they bought 30 squares, that's going to be 30%. How much each person owes. So if it's $1 per square and they bought 30 squares, they're going to owe $30. So you, as the manager, you can keep track of how much each person is paid. Then after the scores are input, you can see how many quarters each player won, what their total winnings are based on the percentage that you picked on the other sheet, and you can also see your final balance. So if you bet $30 and only won 15, well then you're in the hole $15. Now if you go back to the initial page, you can change the winning percentage, change the amount of each square cost, and it will update everything automatically. You can download a copy of SuperBowl Squares for free using the link listed below. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks for watching.